Hello everyone, this is Rachel Cassandra with Kizomba Community, here to give you an interview today with
Charles Ogar with Neo Kizomba.
Yeah, so we're super excited. We're here at the Afro Creole Mayhem Festival in Miami, and we both danced all night, but we're still going strong. So
Yes.
We're going to get some more information about Charles.
Nelson Freitas, Eddie Barker, Gigante. Tu rosas em mim desse jeito, tu estás a provocar. Tu sabes que eu não aguento, tu sabes que eu não consigo. O teu respirar no meu pescoço me vai fazer quebrar. Estou quase a atingir o limite, estou quase a perder o juízo. Temperatura está a subir, estou quase a esquecer meu nome. Moça, eu não vou mentir, estou a transpirar todo. Tu vais acordar o vulcão, já está a entrar erupção. Água com gelo já não vai ver, é melhor me tirar água, que eu estou a ferver, sou quase a explodir com esse teu tarraxão.
How did you get started dancing?
I actually started dancing Kizomba 2 years ago. There was a festival in Houston that occurred in June, and Afro-Latin Connection was there. Ricardo and Paula. Pablo Vilches was there, and Yvonne with Kizomba Community was there. And that was my first taste of, like, my first actual Kizomba class, and that's when I actually got, like, the addiction. That was in June, and then December I was traveling to Spain for Central Dance, so
Nice.
I got addicted pretty quickly.
Okay, and so before that you did Latin dancing?
Yes, I'm 29 now. I've been dancing salsa since I was 21. So I've been dancing salsa and bachata longer than I've been dancing Kizomba, believe it or not.
Normal
But-
for most people in the United States,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I still have a special place in my heart for salsa. But Kizomba has definitely been my platform recently to kind of get my name out there in the dance scene, and I've been really grateful for everything that's happened thus far.
Hey, well, we've been happy to have him in the scene. Let me tell you, if you don't know this guy, you will.
You haven't danced with me, ladies. You have to dance. She'll vouch for you.
You should do it. Yeah, you should. So for people that have not encountered Kizomba before, like you just like are suddenly finding it in a festival, how would you explain what Kizomba is?
For somebody who has no idea dancing, like they don't salsa or bachata at all, you should tell them it's like an African tango.
Okay.
People in the salsa bachata scene are pretty sure they was like singing Kizomba, so they kind of have an idea. But for people who don't know that the dance scene exists, those people I usually tell African tango. But for people who dance in the scene, I tell them that if you really want to become like a true follower, like actually become one, like that's what I usually tell them. It's all about the connection, like with the music, as far as freedom of musicality. The ladies actually becoming a true follower, like step to step, because a step is not a step, it's not a step. With Kizomba, like maybe it is with salsa, but with Kizomba, like it just changes the game so much, and that's how I kind of like present those, depending on who the person is.
Okay, fantastic. So you travel quite a lot to teach Kizomba and kind of bring it to new places.
Yes.
How do you decide what you're going to teach and prepare like your approach?
So if I'm going to a scene and the scene is brand new and they don't have anything for Kizomba, I start from like the basics. It's one thing to teach Kizomba and like go right into patterns, but I usually like to give people a general background of what the dance is about, and I focus on the feeling of Kizomba. I know there's a lot of history behind Kizomba, but like that's not, I don't think that people should be bombarded with a lot of history right off the bat, because like they can still enjoy the benefits of dancing Kizomba without having to know like the past 20 years of Kizomba, you know? That'll come in due time, but like usually I just try to get them comfortable, get them relaxed. If they're not used to having close connection, I usually have like a hugging exercise or something like that. It's all like to kind of break down the ice, get people to relax, because that's when they can really like de-stress and dance Kizomba and like go to their Kizomba heaven, if you will.
So get them hooked, and then they can learn all the details later.
I mean, there has to be something that has to drive that search, that thirst to want to know more, you know? I mean, you could spend hours and hours talking about the history of Kizomba, but like, let's get people relaxed. Let's give them the benefits of the dance, and then start to explain. Okay, why is it that we dance this? Okay, well, what's this music? Why does this one sound newer than this? And then
Right.
you can start to answer those questions of curiosity once you start to get them hooked on something that's a benefit. You know?
Right. Great. Okay. So you learned from a few different people. How would you describe your style today?
My style is kind of a hybrid. At the end of the day, like regardless of what my style is, music is king. So if you play like a traditional Angolan Kizomba song, I'm going to pretend like I'm Angolan grandpa, and I'm going to dance like an Angolan grandpa, like regardless of what my preference is, because I'm listening to the music. If you put on some Mika Mendez, some Say Cuatro Pedro, or like a Kizomba English remix or something like that, then you'll start to see like more of my style start to emerge, and I've kind of like dubbed it Neo Kizomba for a couple of reasons. Neo Kizomba because of the way that I teach. Like I teach certain terminology, and that terminology is grown quite extensive over the time that I've been teaching, and so like I just wanted to like, okay, this is going to be my method of teaching. I kind of just own that. Second thing is that we have traditional Kizomba and we have more modern Kizomba. So you have people that actually are more Simba-ish when they dance Kizomba, and then you also have people like Albir, Felicien, Enna, like they're just doing they're kind of like pushing the envelope for Kizomba,
absolutely.
And that's kind of like more modern. And so it's like, okay, you just kind of have like in France, I heard the term retro Kizomba to represent older music and older dancing, and then you have kind of like, I guess with me, okay, well if that's retro, then this is going to be neo, so people can understand what it is that they're getting into. Because if you say Kizomba and then you're doing traditional Kizomba, or I say Kizomba and I'm doing Albir's Kizomba, like people can get confused on what to expect. So that was kind of like my vision or idea behind of creating the name, kind of like to give myself a light and then also explain people the difference of what to expect with Kizomba, because it varies a lot. Once you go past the basics, then it's just style at that point, you know?
Absolutely. So we've already talked about the fact that you travel to teach. What do you do to get the word out and reach as many people as possible with these opportunities to learn Kizomba?
So if I get brought out, typically the promoter handles like the promotion that for that particular event, but I still do my part to like help make that event as big of a success as possible. You know, like anybody that's willing to invest in me or my talent or in their community or in their learning process, like that stands out a lot to me, and that's something that I'll never take for granted, because I mean somebody's investing not only time but also money in you, and I just want to make sure that I have my A game every time I go out to teach somewhere. So as far as promoting, like Facebook is primarily like everybody's on Facebook.
Right.
I have some blogs out on Kizomba as well, putting demos for in the event page. Like I try to stay active in the event page on Facebook a lot to let people know, like, here I am, this is what I do. I do my podcast, as you know, for dance.
Yeah, that's right.
And
so actually tell us a little bit more about that for people that don't know.
So my podcast, the website is iloveafrolatinmusic.com, and my inspiration for starting the podcast was we go to these congresses, whether it's salsa, bachata, or kizomba, and we see all of these amazing dancers take these amazing classes, and you see these people that have been inspired through dance, but you don't really know their story of how they got started into dance. So with these podcasts, and I'm interviewing with all these world champions or just people in their city or people who travel and dance, they get to share their story of how they got started into dance, what their setbacks were, what their lessons learned, what they kind of view themselves are like serving the dance community. And I think it's kind of like you're sitting down having a cup of coffee with your favorite dancer in the podcast, and that's completely free for you guys out there to like continue to get people to start to dance. If you already started dancing, continue to start dancing, and if you continue to start dancing, hopefully you take the step to actually start instructing and getting other people inspired to dance, because I think that's like one of the greatest things to inspire people, and that's like one thing I've realized in my dance journey thus far. Like the ability to inspire other people is just something that really touches like in there, like kind of makes it worth it. Like regardless of like you have bills to pay, you have money and things like that, but like hearing people have their like, oh, this is the best part of my day, or like this helped me get through this tough period of time or something like that. Like that's I see that as a blessing. So
So I think you've actually already touched on this a little bit, but let me ask the question: What does it mean for you to be part of the growing Kizomba community here in the United States?
It's looking back, like when I was in the moment, it was hard to see exactly what my purpose was or what it was that I wanted to do. But now that I'm at this point, I'm kind of looking back at how I got started. It wasn't something that I like, oh, I'm going to wake up and like become a traveling dance instructor. Like it had always been a dream, but it always seemed like really distant. And I recently started dancing full time like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So now that I'm dedicating all of my time to this full time, dancing and being a part of the growing Kizomba scene here is a blessing. It's possible because of all the support that people have given me from the beginning. I can't take all the credit. People have invested in me. People have shown me things. People have given me opportunities to learn with them and travel. So like, I am the product of people that have been helping me along the way. And so it's definitely a blessing to be a part of the growing Kizomba community. And that's something that I really take seriously because I want this dance to grow. I want it to spread and like touch lives like it's touched mine, because ever since I was dancing Kizomba, like my life has never been the same. Like I never traveled before. And now I'm traveling like almost like 2-3 times a month. I've never been to Europe before. I've been to Europe 3 times now, all because of Kizomba. So it's like really amazing how Kizomba has given me a lot of opportunities to visit beautiful places and meet beautiful, amazing people. Like Rachel.
Oh, so sweet. Well, we have information about Charles' upcoming travels on KizombaCommunity.com, so you can look for your scene or you can look by month and check out where you might be able to run into this guy. We're also going to give you information about how to get in touch with Charles directly. His websites, all of that information is going to be coming up next. But anyway, thanks so much, Charles, for being here. And don't forget, you can see more videos like this and get information about as much Kizomba as you can handle in the United States at KizombaCommunity.com.